I do it.
Right. You leave. I remember Jimmy Butler
For sure.
in Chicago. I don't know if he was anywhere besides that, but I just heard of Jimmy Butler. And then when Miami got him, I was like, okay,
Who is this dude?
Jimmy Butler, but he showed up, man,
Showing out.
and he's showing out. This dude is, and this is a perfect example, man. I'm not judging a book by its cover, because when I look at him, I didn't see anything spectacular. You know what I'm saying? Just saw a dude to play basketball.
That's what make great players. Too.
Yeah. So
Make a lot of great players.
This dude is phenomenal. This dude's phenomenal, and I like Miami to go all the way. I like to go all the way.
In the East.
In the East.
So you going for in the West? You like in the West?
In the West.
Yeah.
Golden State. They down 1-3.
Yeah, that's over with.
Nah, I ain't gonna say it's over with. I'm not gonna say it's over with.
I don't know, but right now I'm looking at my Miami Heat sliding towards Denver at this time right now, Djokovic. That's another name out there that I haven't followed, and when I'm watching him play, this guy's phenomenal.
Right. I don't know where Djokovic came. That's how much of a basketball fan I am now.
Djokovic, where it sounds like he came from.
I mean, I'm talking about where he came from. Like, where this dude all of a sudden now he's like MVP, up for MVP.
Man.
I'm just amazed.
He's an amazing player.
I'm gonna continue. I watched him. I'm continuously amazed by this guy.
But shouldn't you expect the newcomers to be coming out and somebody different? Always looking at Michael Jordan and LeBron's and Will Chamberlain's and all that. It got to be another great coming from somewhere.
Yeah, it's always another great coming. It's just it's like this, man. Today's players, today's athletes, it's something like the music that's out today. It's so much music. You know what I'm saying? It's
Who
like,
you gonna choose?
It's like nothing is really exclusive, because all these athletes today, they on a whole nother level.
Yep.
The basic athletes today is like put them back, 15 years ago. They superstar athletes. Everybody.
Also today I was watching the news and a 14-year-old boy stole a bus.
I wanted to steal a bus when I was a kid, man. I tried to and get it started. This was up in Philly.
It's tricky. That's what the guy was saying. You got to really know what you're doing to start them buses.
It's really just
it's a button. It's buttons.
Yeah, button. Push start. And back then, I remember
no keys.
Turn to run and push start. That was it. But some reason I couldn't get it started. I guess it wasn't working or something, and it was a bus depot up there.
So you was on that timeline when you were 14 also?
No, I was like 11, 12, I think. Yeah.
When you wanted to steal?
Yeah, I wanted to steal a bus.
Man, I don't know why you brought me back to my past. Just did. Because to think about it, I was 11 years old when I first got caught in a stolen car, going to jail first time in 6th grade.
I never stole a car. Never stole a bus.
I stole a car from a person that stole a car.
Right. That's how we do it in the hood.
You stole the car, and I watched you where you parked it. And then we say, okay, we could go steal this car.
What you gonna do?
Yeah, what you gonna do?
Call the police.
Oh, call the police. Oh, we stealing your car.
Yeah.
That's funny though, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
So, did he get in trouble? Did he go to jail?
Who, did I go to jail?
No, the kid that stole the bus. Did he go to jail?
Yeah, I don't know what they gonna do to him. 14 years
What do you
old?
do to a kid that steal a bus? I mean, what?
It depends on how bad his record is and what he been doing before then. Now, if you haven't been getting in no trouble or nothing like that, I expect you to probably give him a slap on the wrist.
What a slap on the wrist look like? Let's say you deciding we're going. What's a slap on the wrist?
Probably some type of detention or something like that.
Lock him up?
No, home detention. Go to some type of program that could give him some type of counseling and let him know that it's not right. That'll be some detention after we finish drilling him about being stupid.
I don't know. It's just certain things, man. I know there were certain things I did as a kid that was just silly, just being a kid. And unfortunately, man, they just really trying to lock a lot of people up, man. A lot of kids up that really just being kids. You know, I mean, in more, I don't know what type of a background he came from, what kind of neighborhood he came from, but even in more like affluent neighborhoods where people have a little more money, kids still do stupid stuff.
Always. They kids.
Kids are stealing cars, stealing their parents' cars, stealing their neighbors' cars, breaking their neighbor's house in affluent neighborhoods also.
It's an adventure.
You know, and so it just, you know, but then when you talk about violence stuff, that's a different ballgame. You know, but kids steal a bus, get some kind of intervention. You know what I'm saying? And
type of counseling.
I wouldn't put him. This is where they messed up with me. When I first started getting in trouble, I was put into a type of intervention program, but I was in an intervention program with some badass kids too. And so in order to feel equal with these badass kids, I was bad, but I was bad in a different way. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Quiet bad. You know what I'm saying? These motherfuckers, they eating people with bats and shit. You know what I'm saying? And you know, and so I was never really on the violent side. I could get violent, you know, but I wasn't on the violent side of things. You know, I was just, but put him in an intervention where there's kids on his same level. You know, but some type of intervention I always help out. Counseling.
You gotta silence your ringer.
Coming to see some people that done been through the things that they done been through, talking to them.
I don't know, man, because when people came and tell me about this, man, I'm like, bro, oh, dude, I don't want to hear that shit, man. I'm not trying to hear that. You talking about to scare me, talking about I want to go to prison and get raped and all that and this and that. Okay, I hear you, man, but I know people done been to prison. They don't look like they got raped. You know,
some of them.
Yeah, some of them, but you can't. You're not gonna scare me with that.
Some of them.
Because I thought it was all go in a tight end, come out a wide receiver, and all this. I used to hear this stuff, man. I was like, come on, old school.
Mm-hmm.
You know. But, you know what was most scary? Being thought about being, not drafted, what do they call that, man? Direct file to the county.
Yeah, that's what happened.
We was more scared of going to the county than going to the prison.
Not me, because at the time when I got direct file, I was 15. Mm-hmm. But before I got direct file, I played a trick and acted like I was 18 when I was 14.
I did the same thing. And
went to the county jail. Yeah. But when I got the feel of it and seen all these older dudes, I went to telling on myself, hey, man, I'm a juvenile. I don't even supposed to be in here, bro. Yeah. Come get me out of here.
That happened to me. I called my grandma up in Philly. I'm telling her, listen, Grandma, I need you to bond me out. She said, well, where you at? In Broward County Jail. I'm what? 13 or 14? She said, in the Broward County Jail? I said, yeah. She said, what's your bond? I told her what the bond was, this and that. So, now, I've been living in the county jail for some weeks now as a jit. Next thing I know, I think it was on a Saturday. They called my name. I'm thinking, okay, yeah, they got my bond. Like, you a juvenile?
You going where you supposed to be.
You going to isolation. Man, they put me out like, juvenile. I'm like, how they know I'm a juvenile? My grandma, like, she wasn't bonding me out.
She telling on me.
She told on me. But when I got back to detention center now, I was a star.
Oh, boy, you felt like you were grown.
No, they made me grown. It's like, you came from the county? I'm like, yeah, I was in the county, man. Ain't nothing over there. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm already was a big kid anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Made you look bigger.
Yeah, man. I had the county slides on, too. Shoot.
Man, them was them days there, man.
Yeah. But you know what's crazy, man? The things we try to get glory from. As a kid, you don't know. You're just trying to figure out who the hell you is.
Trying to fit in and find your identity. Like I was telling my son the other day, you know, growing up these days, you know, when I was your age, we had to figure out who we is and what we was going to be at this moment.
At that time.
At that time. You know, you got to switch your walk up.
Yeah.
Switch your talk up.
Yeah.
Switch everything up about yourself to become who you want it to be.
Yeah.
And that's going to be your identity. Mm-hmm. From the rest
moving
of your
forward,
moving forward.
Yep.
And you want that identity to be like on point. You don't want people to look at you as this person or that.
I remember, man, over in Dixie Court, whole lot of that. I remember, listen, we taught each other how to doubt. Like when you come up, nah, we don't do it like that, man. Give me a hand. You know, we taught each other how to dap up. You know what I'm saying? Or like,
I do it.
Right. You lean in or whatever.
Yeah.
And whatever the sayings was, you know what I'm saying? You just like, no, that ain't what they say, but this is how you say that. You know what I'm saying? Come on, get your pants right.
Yeah.
No, and I didn't, but now it take honesty to be able to say, no, we taught each other how to walk this walk, you know what I'm saying, and be whoever it was, what you were supposed to be, you know? And I remember, I don't know when it came back to me, but I realized, like, wow, even as kids, you know, we was teaching each other how to be that dude or that nigga, whatever it was that we was trying to be. And so it's got to be the same thing today. But they got more social media to teach them how to.
They got social media, and then the boys and girls, they on a lot of that.
Yeah, they on a lot of this
colorful stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's going on.
That's too bad, man. Not too bad that they own that, but it's too bad that really
they ain't being taught.
Really, the choice is being taken. Today, in my opinion, kids are given a handful of choices, and these are the choices, and there's nothing else. You understand what I'm saying?
I get it.
And really, it's like it's almost a crime if you're not anything but like straight. You know, and you have to be on something. You have to be fit under some title.
In a box. And you gotta
box.
be in one of these boxes that we set here for you.
Right.
And you better choose which one of these boxes that you're gonna get in.
And this is gonna be you for the rest of your life. And oh shoot.
Trend setting, man.
Trend setting in a whole it's a scary way. You understand what I'm saying? It's very scary when you're telling children. And now I think about this. Just like we used to teach each other in the hood, you know, how to dap, how to walk, how to talk the slang the right way and this and that. You got kids teaching each other, no, this ain't how you do it. This is how you talk. This is how you act. You got to do your wrist like this or whatever it may be.
It got to be influenced from somebody.
It's got to,
saying. Right. Somebody influencing them.
And so it's like, I understand this. I believe everybody has the right to be whoever and whatever it is they want to be. But I also believe that I have the right, and every other human being has the right to not to agree
to whatever it is.
And I don't have to participate in that.
And that's true. That's why we all got our own minds.
Right.
And you do whatever you really want to do with it. If you want to be this or be that, or you think you're a bird, be a bird. Yeah. You ain't stopping me from being who I want to be.
Just don't make me participate and don't
force me to be that way. Let me get my own choice in life.
So, I don't know, man. It's
back to choices.
Choices.
Okay, now, say for instance, you know, a child wanted to. How do you let a child make his own choice in life, saying he want to be a woman or something, she want to be a man or something? How could you make a child make that own choice? Or could they?
Could they?
I don't know. Could they? Because I know mine won't make that own choice if I know what a child is born to be. Mm-hmm. My child can't come to me and say, hey, I identify as something else and I want to be this here. Oh, hold on. Stop right there, sir.
Where's you getting it from?
Where you getting this bullshit from, nigga? You don't see your dad doing no shit like that. You don't see me identify thinking stupid like that. So where you getting this from? Or should I sit back and say, you know what? Choose who the you want to be. Mm-hmm. And I don't give a you know what I mean? Yeah. That's who you want to be. Nah, I think I got the right to step in and say,
that's your child.
You're my child. This is what I want you to do in life. And after you get grown and you from up under me,
this house.
From my house, then you could do whatever you want to do.
That's like
you could be disrespectful. You could do whatever the you want to do because at this point you're grown.
You know, that's a good point because a parent could get in trouble if her minor child or his minor child is not in school on a regular basis.
Yeah.
Is missing from school for too many days.
Yeah, one day.
Or if the child is like caught out late. Why doesn't the minor get to choose if they want to hang out late? Why doesn't the minor have the right to choose whether or not they're gonna go to school? You understand what I'm saying? If we're gonna give these kids freedom of choice, especially something important as what who they want, who they are,
and you know what they really are.
There's this charge. We're here in Florida called statutory rape, and statutory rape is defined as an adult having sexual relations with a child under the age of 18. Now, I remember a story, I think it was from Georgia, where it was a 17-year-old and a 16-year-old. And he was black, she was white, but they were both in high school together. Both of them were minors, but I think that he missed a year because she was a year younger. They charged him with statutory rape and gave him 10 years.
That could happen.
And so now watch this. Statutory rape is defined as that. They say that a child, male or female, under the age of 18 or 17, whichever state you may be in, does not have the mental capacity to make a conscious decision to engage in a sexual act. So if anyone under the age of 18
can't make that decision,
under the age of just being able to enroll in the United States military, enlist, can make a 5 or 6-year-old child has the ability to make the choice of who they are.
Stupid.
I'm blown away, you know what I'm saying? But if that's your child and you choose to do that with your child, I can't tell you what to do with your child. I can't tell you to spank your child, not spank your child. I can't tell you where your child curfew is at 6 o'clock at night or if it's 7 when the lights go. I can't tell you what to do with your child. I remember as a kid, some of us had to be in the house when lights went down, and I didn't have to be in the house till it was called blue dark.
For sure.
When the sky got blue, my mama would be outside, and she'd be calling me. But we all had different curfews, but that's because every parent has a right to do what they want with the kid. But don't come and tell me how I should be raising my child.
Even if they think they want to be something, it's mine.
Yeah,
that's true.
My sperm made this child. You know, the thing that gets me also is you have people who don't have children trying to tell me what to do with my children. You know, and it's like, how? That was as bad as back in the day. I remember growing up, and this is no offense to Caucasian people, but we had a lot of Caucasian people or committees and groups coming into the inner cities telling us what's best for us and how we should be doing things and what's best for the kids and so on and so on. And it's like, how?
You're not living the same life.
You know nothing about what's going on here.
Even if they did,
you know,
and they still can't identify with that family.
Right. We got a lot of help now. Like I said, you know, anti white, Caucasian, anything. I'm just using that as an example to say, you know, that would be me being a heterosexual male going into the LGBTQ plus, I think it's plus now, community and telling them how they should do whatever it is they do.
Can't stop nobody.
I can't.
Only thing you can focus on in these days is your own self and your kids and your surroundings.
Right.
When it come outside of me in my house, I ain't got too much to say about it. You know what I mean? I stay out of people's business.
Right.
Let you create whatever you trying to create amongst your family and amongst your house. But when it come to me and how I'm gonna raise my sons and my daughters, this is me. You know what I'm saying? And this is how I think about stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Man, how about Trump, man?
His freedom.
Yeah.
That he got like everybody else got. Freedom of speech. Say what the want to say.
Yeah.
Pretty much, you know, when you got money, you do what you want to do, too.
To a degree, Kanye had money, but they took his.
Can't take that from him.
Yeah.
Can't never take money. That man he is money.
Yeah.
So how you going to take that away from him?
I don't know. He had billionaire status one day, and the next day he was $400 million. Yeah. So that was a status that they gave him. That they gave him. And so he tried to live up, but basically he tried to live up to that status because if you're really worth that, because you tell me, you take a deal away from me, you know, I'm still that.
Yeah, and you got his own wave too. So whatever he done lost, he could get that back in a thought.
So, but yeah, Trump, you know, I will say this. I admire his ability to say what's on his mind.
That's all. That's it.
That's it. I admire his what's that word? The tenacity. I think it's tenacity to just keep going, in spite of, in spite of, forget pre politics. You know, they say, oh, if he was so great, he was bankrupt like 3 times. First of all, jackass, his businesses went bankrupt 3 times, not him.
He ain't never going.
That's
bankrupt.
the game of business.
He ain't never going bankrupt.
You know, but you can't be a moron and make billions of dollars around the world.
You can't.
You cannot be a moron. They say he's a moron. You can't be.
Why?
Because it takes something. You have to have something in here to be able to accomplish that.
You know how many people that have been morons that done made it in this world and gonna continue on making it as a moron?
When I say morons, they talking about. Let me use a different word. Not too bright. They say Trump is not that bright. You have to be bright to get the city of New York to agree to let you be tax-free for 100 years.
Scam. That was
for
scam.
99 years.
That's scam.
But no, it wasn't a scam. That was a deal they made with New York when he first got on the scene. And New York wasn't New York. And he promised New York that he was going to put New York back on the map. I'm paraphrasing.
Oh, that's
And
that's the
he
way
says,
that
I'm going to revive this one hotel. I forget what it was. And he said, listen, I'm going to do this. Okay, I'm going to take my money. I'm going to put my money into this. But what I'm going to need from the city of New York, in order to do this, I need tax abatement. I think it was for 99 years.
99 years. So
Yes.
why after they did, it's why they trying to lock him up now? Why?
Well, you know, when anybody speaks the truth, not their truth. I'm not talking about that. The truth. Okay, see, different people. Can we talk about my truth for a second?
Talk about it. For sure.
There's
That's what this platform is
Right.
for you to talk
We got this.
and explore and say what's on Salt Mind.
And E-Mind.
And my mind too, because I got
So-
a lot on my mind to talk about.
Have you familiar with the term my truth? Speak my truth. Speak your truth.
That's just speaking the truth of
No,
what's
no.
on my mind.
Yeah, but your truth is you're a fantastic person. You're rich and you're fabulous. But there's nothing to validate this. My truth is whatever it is I say happen, that's the truth. Whatever I declare it to be, that's my truth. I speak my truth. And then you have this other thing. It's called the truth. Okay. And Trump, I think in many ways, doesn't speak his truth. He speaks the truth. You know, and it's just that a lot of people don't like the truth. I'm not saying he's right about things. I'm just saying the truth. When he said, you know, countries are ripping us off. Every other country was like paying pennies compared to what the United States was pitching in. Like when we would contribute to like military actions, right? Each country say like France would be like, all right, I'm gonna put in 2 helicopters. I'm gonna give you like 50 soldiers, and then Germany was like, all right, bet. All right, we'll do 4 tanks and 2 choppers, and we'll give you like 85 of our infantry. And then this out of the country, but then the United States will be like, all right, so bet. We're going to do 5 warships, 150 Apache helicopters. We're going to do about 1,000 of our Marines. We're going to do, and that's what the United States always was. And we were always the one putting in the most and getting the least.
Okay, you know, when it comes to most of them kind of politics, I don't care nothing about them.
Yeah, I know,
I don't care about
USA
or none of
but
that.
But Trump was the one that told the truth about that type of stuff.
He do tell the truth.
So-
Trump got a voice. He gonna speak it. He not letting nobody hold nothing back from nothing. He gonna speak his mind and his truth?
No, the truth.
The truth.
That's the truth. That's not his truth.
The truth.
Now, him speaking his truth would be something like
a lie, some
shit that he feels like is right.
But speaking the truth is everything that's coming out his mouth that is facts. And
right. That's all I'm talking about. And so we got stuff that's coming out of people's mouth that are not facts. What else? Let's talk about these Warriors. Let's go back to sports. From Golden State Warriors, man.
Oh yeah, you say that was your team, right?
Yeah,
that's your team.
That's my second team.
Oh,
so
rephrasing now.
I got the Heat, and then I got Golden State.
Oh, you rephrasing now.
You can call it rephrasing.
Yeah, because at first I know you say you liked it. Golden State, that's your team.
Yeah, I like Golden State.
And then I want to figure out, like, how could people, first of all, how did that become your team? And how could that be your team? Like, I don't understand.
All right, so what, you don't like Golden State or something?
I like Golden State, but I'm saying I wouldn't like another team outside of Florida of being my actual team, somewhere where I could visit, somewhere I know I could go.
Okay, so you're a Magic fan. You like the Orlando Magic.
I love anything out of Florida.
No, so you're a Magic fan.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, so but you ain't out of Orlando.
I'm out of Florida.
You out of Florida?
Yes.
Didn't you just tell me earlier you was born in Georgia?
You right about that.
Okay, so you should be a Falcon fan, if anything.
But how about if I was born? I was born in Augusta, Georgia, right?
All right.
When I wasn't even there when I was 1 year.
But that's
I left
where you
there.
From. That's where you from.
Okay, I don't know nothing about it.
Okay. You don't know
Never
about Orlando.
been there.
You don't know about Orlando.
How?
But now you're a Magic
I've been
fan.
to Orlando plenty of times.
Name me 2 streets in Orlando.
I don't know the streets, but I done been all through Kissimmee.
Kissimmee is not Orlando.
It's close by.
Yes.
All that in Yeehaw Junction, getting off on
Yeehaw
the
Junction. That's just where you connect to get towards there. All right. So. All right. Why you ain't a Georgia fan? Why you ain't a Falcons fan? The Braves.
How could I?
See. All right. So.
How could I be those fans? And I've been in Fort Lauderdale. I am 47 years old.
Okay.
I've been in Fort Lauderdale for 46 in 9 months or 10 months. I've been here.
All right, I'm glad you made that point. So what? Let's
how could I grasp on to anything other than Fort Lauderdale?
I'm going on your I'm going on your point. You from Fort Lauderdale? Fort Lauderdale ain't got no team.
I'm going with what's close. What's Florida?
So now you're going with what's close.
They got Panthers. They got the Panthers that I rock with.
Okay.
I'm rocking.
Well, you can rock the Panthers. That's the Florida Panthers. Florida. You from Florida? We can go with you. Florida Panthers. There you go. You can't be no Tampa Bay Devil Rays. You can't be no Orlando Magic because you're not close to them.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
So, is there a distance that I cannot be like? Because I understand you. I'm understanding. So you're saying because Golden State way on the other side of the country,
San Francisco.
I shouldn't be a Golden State.
You probably never go to a Golden State game unless it's probably in Florida or
in Miami.
Yeah.
Then I can see both my teams play.
Hey, man, that's the way you want to look at it.
No, I'm gonna tell you something, man. You know, my son opened my eyes to this years ago, right?
And what that was, he opened?
No, years ago, I'm talking to my son, right? And I'm just trying to, connect with him. And I say, "Who your team is?" Well, he's like, "I like Minnesota." And then he said, "But I also like who was the boy?" He said, "I like Houston." He like the I like the Texans too. I was like, whoa, hey, come on, wait. How you gonna have all these teams? He had one more team. He said, "No, I like J.J. Watt." And I forget who the boy was in Vikings. I think it might have been one of the quarterbacks. But he said, "I like such and such on the Vikings." And then he said, "Dad, who say you only gotta like one team? Why I only gotta like one team?"
You like how many?
And I said, "But he said,
how many teams will you represent? You can't."
He said, and that was powerful when he said it. Who said that I have to only like one team? Okay, and there's no rule. Like Miami, I like Golden State. I even like San Antonio Spurs. Okay. So am I breaking some man rule that I got more than one team?
You ain't breaking no man rules, but you know how we think about that. You done been to prison.
Okay,
you're not gonna be in there rooting for this team, that team.
Man, listen, in prison you root for whoever your money on.
You can,
and you
but
might get your ass. You might get your ass beat if you rooting for somebody team that there's somebody money on.
I'm pretty sure.
Cause you know what they say. You know what they say, right? When you hooting and hollering about a team, nigga, you got some money on this game. Man, sit your ass down.
Yeah. You just sitting around hating for nothing. And I got my money.
I got money on the line. Right?
And man, don't do that, bro.
Yeah.
Don't do that. That's why I say you pick your poison. If I'm from, I know I'm from. You know how that make people mad in prison when you rooting for somebody else and you man, come
my
on.
whole time in prison was Dallas Cowboys. Okay, Dallas Cowboys. Okay, and you like I said, back to your point, you from Fort Lauderdale. Fort Lauderdale don't even have a team. But the Panthers, they do play in Florida. They play in Sunrise, Florida. That's not even Fort Lauderdale. So technically, you shouldn't be rooting for none of these teams. If anything, you should be rooting for should be Atlanta Falcons, Atlanta Braves,
Dilla High School,
or one of them. I'm just
going straight up, just going from where I was born.
I'm going with your train of thought. Where you from? That's what you said. Where you from, Mark Twain? I'm going with your train of thought.
The guy that got killed at Walmart recently. I've been asking people like, what if that was you in that situation and you seen somebody arguing with a woman and being aggressive and you're a man, like what you would have did like in that situation? Would you say, let me stay the hell from around this, let me go my way, pay attention to my business only, or should I engage in this guy and try to stop him or possibly be the one getting killed also? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What you would have did in that kind of that's hard.
So not just hearing that story right there, it kind of makes me think twice
on helping people.
Do I want to get it? How do you get involved? You know, oh man.
Let me tell you now, what I was thinking the best way to get involved with a situation like that, if it was me, I probably would have went to him and just told him, hey, bro, check this out, bro. It ain't worth going to jail for. Let's get out of here. Let's stop. Now, I'm not finna put my hands on you. I'm not finna go in there trying to be aggressive with you. I'm finna give you some words of encouragement to stop, bro. Don't go to jail like that by a bitch or a hoe. That's going to be out here fucking when you go to jail anyway. Right. Stop.
Yeah. I've been in a situation like that where I didn't get involved, and I'm like, hey, bro, listen, you know the police coming, bro.
Yeah,
be smart.
Yeah.
Not that I'm okay with what he's doing, but I have gotten involved in that way where it's like trying to catch me, maybe catch that little that moment of clarity, like, damn, yeah, the police is finna be here, you know, just to try to. But looking at this situation,
de-escalate that situation.
Yeah, especially he's a big dude too, and it's like, but only way I say today, man. Especially today, because everybody got these, you know, open carry laws. Everybody carrying a pistol this day, you know what I'm saying? And some people are not responsible. Some people just waiting to shoot somebody. And not just open carry, everybody got a pistol. Yeah. Everybody got a pistol.
That's why you got to be careful with confrontation.
Legal and illegal, you know? So it's like, I think sometimes you gotta really weigh a situation out. You know what I'm saying?
That's the beginning of the whole situation. You gotta really
weigh a situation out, you know, and we used to have a saying, you know, hero make you zero. You know, don't try to play hero. Hero gonna make you zero. You know, and unfortunately, yeah, the girl was getting beat and this and that. But one thing I know about,
there it is. He wasn't that big.
He looked big on the first pictures they was showing.
Walmart shooting victim. Wow.
He was way bigger than that guy. I know that much.
Yeah.
But it's still a confrontation. Like, what I'm gonna do? In a moment.
I remember this, man. I remember like sometimes in the past, especially as a young guy, arguing with my old lady out in public, right? And just somebody coming by and say, hey, are you okay? That would like
get you mad.
Man, what do you mean I'm okay, man? Mind your business, you know? And so not multiply that a few thousand times, you know, and you got somebody actually intervening. Because I remember one time I was arguing with one of my exes. And we was outside, and this dude from my neighborhood, and I know him, we straight, right? He asked my old lady, he's like, hey, you okay? And I'm like, you know him? You know what I'm saying? He's like, no, man, I'm just trying to make sure she's okay. I'm like, now I done jumped from him, you know, I'm crazy. I'm like, why is this dude so concerned about how is you okay? And I know him.
That's that jealousy.
Yeah, that's a jealousy. That's an insecurity. That's a
fear.
rage. All this. So I'm looking at it that way. I'm like, nigga, I'll deal with you later. You know what I'm saying? But just being in an argument when somebody walks up and say, "Hey, is everything okay?" Or no, man, get your ass
out my business.
Right. So now you take that to a young man, or let's say like just a young adult, somebody who's of age, because everybody that's over 18 and man. We got somebody of age. What is a gun for? I mean, but responsible people is to protect yourself. No. Now, I'm gonna give a little peek into my upbringing. A gun was for I'm gonna get him before somebody get me. Okay. If anybody get involved in my shit, I'm gonna let them have it. That was it wasn't, I'm going to carry this gun now as a 15-year-old kid to be responsible in the event that someone approaches me and I need to defend myself. No, that's not what that was all about. You know what I'm saying? I'm just going to make sure I got mine.
For sure.
But
my days, we growing up with guns and stuff like that, we used them for robbing.
Yeah, that's mainly what guns are for, robbing or killing.
I got a gun, I'm finna go try to take something from somebody.
Right.
And not even thinking about the consequences back then, in them days, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, we need some gun reform these days because there's too much mass shootings every day. Seems like every day I'm hearing about mass shooting.
Let's talk about that. I'm so tired of this term, gun reform. Or what's the other term we use? What is it? Gun what? Gun control. What does gun reform look like to you? Give me some ideas when you say it, when you make that statement.
Making sure that the guns don't get in the wrong hands of people.
How?
How? It's a lot of kids, 18, 19 years old, barely could shoot a gun, and as soon as they get that age, that's the first thing they just want to go grab a gun. Right. And then their mindset ain't right yet. They haven't even reached the age to even be having this. This is like a toy at my house where I'm sitting around playing with it, doing it. I want to shoot this gun. Mm-hmm. And most of them thinking, damn, I want to shoot some people also. Yeah. Now I got the gun. All I need is the people. Let me go think this out.
All right, so you saying gun control, this and that. We just talked about
getting rid of some guns and making it lawful for certain people to get them. I think everybody should be able to have a gun, but at a certain age and what you got it for.
All right, so let's go with that argument. When I was a kid, and I didn't have no artillery or arsenal, but I did touch a few guns, right? I didn't get them legally. Mm-mm. I don't know one person that I grew up with that had a legal handgun, shotgun. Back then it was the carbine, Uzis. In my era as kids, these are the weapons that were around when I was a kid. M60s, 16. Well, all these, there was no legal ones on the street. So how do you control that? When we talking about gun control, nobody with legal guns is doing drive-bys.
Yeah, but back in the days, the way they was trying to control guns, they was buying them back. Giving you some money. Hey, bring that old rusty gun up here and get you a high price for it. Right. Let's get it off the street. That ain't gonna help. Why I want to give you my gun for? Okay, I'm gonna walk up there.
Okay, so let's maybe a different route of this is maybe a totally different route is education.
Education about guns?
Education about guns. Okay, since they are around, listen, we used to have this shit called, they don't do it no more, it's called driver's ed. Mm-hmm. In school. And they used to teach kids about the importance of driving, the importance of safety, and the importance of following the rules and the laws of the road. Here's gun safety. Just like we do sex ed in school.
Yeah, you need it.
So since guns is such a problem, one of the reasons guns may be a problem, I'm saying may be a problem because nobody understands what they're for and how to use them. And the damage that they really do.
So when you say gun control, shouldn't that be classes to help them learn how to use them?
All right, let's look at the mental health agenda, right? The issue.
Shouldn't it
You
be
know how
mental health screening?
You know, no. You know how mental health got to the front of everybody's mind today? They first started off saying, you know what we need to do? We need to talk about mental health. This needs to be a conversation. We need to talk about mental health, and we need to talk about mental health, and we need to talk about mental health. And they started educating people on mental health. When crack first hit, when cocaine touched down, they was just locking niggas up. You got caught with X amount of crack. If you got caught with this much, you was going to Fed, you was going away for 10, 20 life, all this stuff. And this. Then they began to learn, wait a minute. They got educated about the drug addiction, about the whole dilemma of the street. And through education, a lot less people are going to prison for drugs and drug charges.
Yeah, because they're not thinking about drugs.
Through education. You know what I'm saying? But through education. So if you want to do one of the biggest things that causes a lot of problems is ignorance. Okay, but when you educate people, you take away the ignorance, and now you give them the ability to make a more responsible choice. Okay, let's teach us it. When you get in middle school, high school, we're going to teach you what guns are. We're going to show you the damage that guns can do. We're going to show you families that have been hurt by guns, by illegal guns. We're going to show you the right way. If you teach people, you keep kids, hey, you know what? You can have a gun.
That could save that. Right. What you just said can save something.
Right. You can have a gun. But you know what? Here's the right way to do it. So when you turn 18, you can go to classes. You can learn how to responsibly own a gun and take part in the Second Amendment of the United States. Instead of saying we're going to take away. How you going to take away something I ain't even had a chance to engage in? I don't even know what you mean. What is the Second Amendment? What is that? So I think, you know what? Education.
Education on guns.
Education on guns.
Safeties and
safety.
And what not to do and what you should do, what they're for.
Right. And the harms of illegal guns.
That's true.
I mean, how many kids know what an illegal firearm? I don't know. My cousin gave me a gun. Well, that's an illegal firearm. Okay. And then you begin to educate them. This is why you don't want to pick up an illegal firearm on the street, because other people may have been killed with that gun. If you get caught with that gun, you can be charged with those murders that are on that gun. Or if there was a robbery done with that gun and that gun was shot, oh shoot! So you know what you're teaching kids to do, even in the hood? Nah, man, I ain't finna hold that gun, man. I don't know what you can do with that gun. I learned in school, man. That gun might have been using something. You hold it.
But think about this. You hear what you're saying?
What am I saying?
You could be the voice for them kids.
Okay,
that's what I'm listening to.
Well, that's what
I never heard nobody say it better than what you said.
Okay,
educating them on what they need to do, picking up guns that's on the street that probably already got a body on it. That now you finna get it.
Right, but they're just teaching. There's a legal way. There is a legal way to own a gun for having an AR, because you legally own your AR-15. And what happens is when you take these kids through courses and classes to learn how to legally get a gun, you know what they're going to be less likely to do with their legal gun?
For sure.
Like, I'm not, you is not taking my gun. We're not finna go kill nobody with this gun. My name on this gun, man. You better go find you one of them.
Them on the street guns.
And you're teaching people how to be responsible. That's what Driver's Ed was about. It's not about kids getting behind a car and speeding and doing 80 miles an hour and speeding through stop signs. This is why you stop at the stop sign. This is the proper etiquette. When you get the stop sign in the four-way, the first one to go was the one that was there first, and then you let them go, then you go, and so on and so on. This is the proper etiquette.
That's true.
You want to teach people about gun control, about how to, not gun control, how to control yourself with a gun.
With a gun.